Okay, lesson objectives. Students should be able to divide fractions using a special strategy that called multiplying by the reciprocal. Students should also know when to use a strategy being presented. Pre-skills. Students should know how to divide and multiply. Students should also be familiar with fractions and know what a reciprocal is. Hello class, how are all you doing today?
I'm great.
Great, that's good. How about you, Addie? You doing good?
Right, yeah.
Great. Okay, well, all eyes on me, please. Today we will be going over a lesson, and I just want to make sure you understand this as well as I do. For instance, we will be going over how to divide fractions. So we will be going over something like this. This is one of our goal objectives that we're going to be going over. So hopefully you'll be able to understand this when the lesson's over. Okay, so let's review a few key concepts that you should have learned in your previous math classes to understand how to do this. So, can anybody tell me what a fraction is?
Oh,
Hannah.
I know.
Hannah.
It's when you divide one number by another.
Yes, very good. And division is very similar to well, the process that we're going to be going over today. So hopefully that helps everybody. So one problem that we will be looking at now is 5/3 times 3/7. So we will be looking over something like this. So does anybody know how they would go about doing something like this?
Oh!
Yes, Hannah?
Wouldn't you multiply the 5 and 3 together to get 15 and then multiply the 3 and the 7 together to get 21 for an overall answer of 15 over 21?
Very good. Nice job.
Thanks.
And there's also one more step you could do. Everything you said is correct, but there's one more step that you could further with this problem. And do you know what that would be?
Should we simplify our fractions?
Yes, very good. You should always simplify your fractions, no matter what kind of problem you're doing. So yes, simplifying the fraction would be correct. So what, if you did actually do that, what would your final answer be?
Be 5/7.
Great job, nice job. And remembering how to do multiplication of fractions is something that will be very important in this lesson. So hopefully you all understand that. Is there any questions about how to multiply out fractions? No?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
You good? I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
Great job, okay. Okay, so today we will be learning how to divide fractions. So we'll be looking at something like how to do something like this. So hopefully you are very excited to learn how to do this. So can anybody think of an instance where we would actually use division of fractions in the real world?
Oh!
Yes, Hannah?
When you have a part of a pizza left and some amount of people to divide it between.
Great job, yes, that's very correct. So say if you have like leftover pizza or pie or something that has parts of it and you have to divide it between people evenly, then you could use this concept. So hopefully that helps. So let's see here. Now that we have an idea of how this concept is related to the real world, I'll go over a problem for you. The first problem is to do something like this: 1/2 divided by 3/4. So, does anybody know what the first step would be? Any ideas about how to go about doing this first problem? No? Okay. Well, there's a little trick that I'll teach you. The first step in solving something like this is to take the reciprocal. The process is called the reciprocal, and we're taking the reciprocal of 3/4. So in order to do that, what you do is you just reverse the 3 and the 4. So you would have, maybe instead of 3 over 4, it would be 4 over 3. That's what taking the reciprocal means. Does anybody remember what the reciprocal means after I just told you?
Oh.
Yes, yeah.
Doesn't it mean to switch the numerator and the denominator so that they would trade places?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
Yes.
And that's just what I explained to you about a couple seconds ago. So hopefully that makes sense. So in order to do this problem, you would first, you would leave the 1/2 the same, and then you would take the reciprocal of the 3/4 and change it to 4/3, which is right here, and you change the multiplication sign into a multiplication sign. So this is how it started off, and this stays the same, and then this changes, and then this is what we take the reciprocal of. So that's how we get to this step. Okay. So the two steps that we have to go through in order to do the division of fractions is to first take the reciprocal, okay? And then we also have to remember to change the division sign to multiplication sign. So there's two steps in this process. Does it all make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so after these two steps, you need to be able to multiply out the numerators and denominators, and you get 4/6. And after that, you simplify your answer to 2/5, and that's your final answer. So any questions on that so far? No? How are you doing on time?
We're doing good.
The actual time, though. You're doing good on time? Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me do some more examples before we start looking at some together. Let's start off with a problem like this. It's 7/8 divided by 3/5. So this is what we're going to do. Our first step is to change the 3/5 into 5/3, which is taking the reciprocal. And then when we write out our second step, we need to remember to change this division sign to a multiplication sign. So our problem would then look like this. So it'd be 7/8 times 5/3. So we change the sign and we took the reciprocal. So are there any questions about how to do this problem, or any questions at all? No? Okay. Let me go through another example. How about something like 1/2 divided by 6/2? So our first step would be taking the reciprocal of 6/2, which would be 2/6. And then we have to remember to change this sign to a multiplication sign. Okay? So writing out our next step, we would have 1/2 times 2/6. So we change the sign, and we also change this to make it a reciprocal. Okay? So any questions about anything yet? You all clear?
I'm
You know exactly
good.
what we're gonna do?
You guys good? Okay.
Okay. So let's look at a problem together. How about, I'll write one on the board. How about 3/2 divided by 4/8? So looking back on our previous example, does anybody know what our first step would be?
Ooh.
Yes, Hannah?
I think it's to change 4/8 into 8/4.
Great job. Nice job. And do you know what that process is called?
I think it's called taking the reciprocal.
Yes, very good. Nice job.
Okay.
You listened very well. It's a good class. So does anybody know what our second step would be after taking the reciprocal?
You're supposed to remember to change the division sign to a multiplication sign.
Yep, that would be it. And so after what you told me, this would be our second step in this problem. So we would have 3/2 times 8/4. So we changed the sign and we took the reciprocal. Okay, so and then after we have the two fractions that need to be multiplied together, what is our next step?
Ooh.
Yes, Hannah.
Would it be 24/8?
Yeah,
Okay.
and okay. Well, I'm glad to see everybody today. It's been a nice class. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be talking to you guys on Wednesday.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I'm glad you had a good time, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.